Good morning. This is Amber Adrian with your daily intuitive guidance received from the ether, the universe, wherever. I just dropped my pen. I actually flung it across the floor. That's great. This is going well. This is for Wednesday, October 5th. And the word that's really been coming up today is joy, which is a really lovely word. We like that. Joy is great. Bring on the joy. That's my Muppet voice, sort of. So joy. Joy can, it's easy for us to think of joy as like, roller coasters and ice cream, although maybe those things sound terrible to you and don't bring you joy at all, but you get what I'm saying. Balloons and parties and, whatever it is that like makes you really happy. And that's definitely a piece of it. And that may be where, joy takes you today. Like maybe this is a beautiful opportunity for you to, take some time to do something that really does make you joyful, really does bring you into that space of joy, or maybe it's about doing something a little bit smaller, depending on, what your life looks like today. Even just like, okay, instead of working through lunch, I'm going to take my sandwich, sit outside and like look at the sky for 15 minutes and be with my delicious roast beef sandwich. Um, and joy really, it's a lot more accessible than we tend to think it is, especially when we like identify it with things like, beaches and balloons and roller coasters. Joy can be found even in really trying circumstances, because joy joy always comes from within you. Like every feeling and every experience, it is coming from within you. And so there can be joy in you know knowing that even if you're in the middle of something really hard and maybe even terrible on some level, you are being given something, like you're being given an opportunity to know yourself in a new way, or you're being given an opportunity to be really supported very deeply by friends and families and strangers. There's a lot of, I think, unplumbed joy. Like there's like we all have this depth of joy within us that I think we don't access very often, and we don't, it'll sort of like come up automatically when life circumstances elicit it, but it's always there, and it can be, it can be stepped into or pulled out even in times that feel really hard. So and that's not to say that today is going to be really hard. Today is about joy, and I just kind of like went off on my tangent. So today is about joy, and like whatever that means for you. Maybe you do have the space to go and do something that makes you really happy, or maybe you have no space at all and you're like, joy, really, damn it. Then that's more about like carving out 10 minutes for yourself to maybe just to ask yourself what could bring more joy into your life, or to do something small that does bring you that sense of peace and happiness. So I hope that is helpful for today. Thank you as always for being here, and I will see you tomorrow.